Welcome to Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. My name is Doug, and today we are in the art room. We're going to make a St. Patrick's Day wreath. So stay tuned. Okay, so we're back. So let's talk about some of the items we're going to need to make this wreath. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually starting out with a boxwood wreath that I got at Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. And looks like this. Could be on the door by itself, but I want it to look St. Patrick's Day-ish. So I got some picks off of Amazon. They look like this. Now you can get picks like this at Hobby Lobby. You can get it at Michael's, but I got these off of Amazon. So I was a little too lazy to go to the store. And and so they're really cute. They have these clovers on it, and just it's very festive, looks very St. Patrick's Day-ish. So it has this long stem. I'm not going to need this long stem. And a couple of ideas here. I can really bend it like this, and I might do that because one day I might use this, like once I take this wreath apart, I might use the stem again. I can reuse it. All right. So anything that's going to be on this wreath, we're not going to actually glue down. We're just going to either tie it or pin it in some way, and maybe use some floral wire just to hold it, because I don't want to glue anything down, because I'm going to take these things apart, everything that's going to be on this wreath off, and then I can use this wreath again for another holiday or even Christmas, or just have it on the door by itself like this. I'm using a Mark Roberts elf. Now, if you don't know about Mark Roberts, he's this designer, and he does these really cute elves and fairies and all these different little figurine things. And he's known for just how festive they are. You know, they're very whimsical, and they're cute, and they're fun. Some people a little creeped out by the faces, but I think they're cute. And they are on the pricey side. So that's why I definitely don't want to glue this down to this wreath. I'm actually going to tie him. He has a string in the back, like you can hang him. So I'll probably be using that, and maybe a little floral wire just to hold him onto the wreath. But he's this little leprechaun guy who I think is really cute. And Mark Roberts does a lot of different holidays. He does Halloween. He's really big with Christmas. And I actually I collected many years ago Mark Roberts elves and fairies. So I have, and Santa Clauses. So I have a lot of them. But I want to use this little guy here, and I want him to be part of my St. Patrick's Day wreath. So I have him. I have some festive picks, and then I also am going to add this garland that I got off of Amazon. This garland has some clover and coins on there. And what I actually did, it just had paper coins. So I have these fake coins, these gold coins that I got again off of Amazon. And I just glued them onto some of the bigger dots, the bigger circles. I have to be really careful because of these when it hooks up with each other and it gets tangled. So you got to be really careful. But I'm going to add this garland to the wreath also, just to make it a little bit more fun and festive. And of course, we want to make a bow. So the bow, I have 2.5 inches. This kind of like burlap, and these clover on here that are kind of sparkly. And I have that, and then I have just a neutral. Okay, this is just like a cream color. So I'm just going to be using those two for the bow. I'm going to add a bow to it. So let's start making our wreath. Okay, so I have my wreath here, and I already put on my garland. Okay, So all I did was kind of just put it through the branches, just like that. Now this wreath has a hook in the back, so that's important. So make sure that when you do that, you take a look this way, you know exactly where you're going to place everything. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have the bow over here. So I want to tie my elf or my leprechaun onto the wreath. Remember, we don't want to put any hot glue. We don't want to hot glue it because we would ruin our elf. So I'm just going to have him over here on the side. I have floral wire. And what I'm going to do with the floral wire, I'm just going to twist it a couple of times. Make sure that he's secure. And he looks good. Okay. Now he does have that little string too, so I might add that string to a branch here, just so I know he's definitely on there and not going to fall off. See, he looks super cute. Look how cute he looks. Look at that. Isn't that cute? All right, so I have my hook. I'm going to make sure it's way up there so I know. Now I have these picks. So I want to add a hook. Now remember, our bow's going to be over here. So I got to keep that in mind. And let's just twist. And the branches really are very posable too. Just like our elf is very posable. So we can kind of just put that onto the wreath how we want. Okay, I'm going to do this one on this side. So you want to definitely fluff it out. Okay. And let's see, let's wrap this one over here. I just love how these are very bendable because you can kind of do your own thing here, which I like. Now, I may not be using this third one because of the bow. So let me show you how I make my bow. Okay, so I have my easy bow maker here. This is super important. This is very helpful when you're doing a bow. I'm going to start out with my neutral right here, and like I said, this is 2.5 inches by 10 yards. So remember, when you put it in your dowel here, you want to make sure it goes out this way. And we're going to do probably about let's see, about 10, we're going to do about 18 inches for the tail. So I have about 18 inches coming down here. And this is double-sided, so it doesn't really matter how you place it in your between the two dowels right here. So I'm just going to leave this for now. And we're going to make our bow. We want to pull some. Our bow is going to be about 5 inches wide. So this has a nice little measuring tool on there, so you can see 5 inches. And then we're just going to bring that over. And like I said, it doesn't matter because this is double-sided. So we're just going to do another 5 inches here. Bring that over. And we're going to do 2 of these. So I want another 5 inches, about, and then another 5 inches about over here. Bring it through the 2 dowels, press down, and then we're just going to estimate the length over here. Get my scissors. Just cut it right now, just like that. Now I am going to do ducktails. I always do ducktails on my ribbon. So I'm just going to check this out, make sure it looks pretty good. Pull it just a little bit. Good. Let's make this one a little bit shorter. Okay. So when you do ducktails, once again, I know I showed you this before if you've been watching my channel, but I'll show it again. You want to bring this side over like this, fold it in half, and at a 45-degree angle, you want to cut your ribbon, and you can see the ducktail that it makes. Okay, can you see that? Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. Remember, fold it in half, 45-degree angle, and there you go. You have your ducktail. So there's that. I'm done with this one. And then here is my burlap with the clover. Now this one is only one-sided, so this is where you have to pay attention about how we fold it. So once again, it's on the spool here, and we're going around this way. I'm going to do approximately the same length, maybe a little shorter on the tail. So you want this to go through here like this, all right? Because this is how you want the clover side to show. You don't want the bad side to show. So when you put it through here, now watch, when we put it through here, we're going to twist it. Right in here, we're going to twist. And when you're looking at this side, this is the bad side. So that should be facing upwards. And then when you make your bow, watch what happens. You can see that the clover now is on top, and that's what you want. And when you put it through here, once again, you got to twist it. And I'm doing just a little bit shorter, so maybe 4.5 inches. And then on this side, notice when I twisted it, very important that you twist here, because now this is the bad side that's showing up. That's what you want. And then you bring it over for the bow. All right, just like that. That looks good. I'm only doing one of these. So let me cut. Take that off the spool. Don't need that anymore. And that looks good. I'm going to do ducktails on this. Fold it in half. 45-degree angle. Fold it in half. 45-degree angle or a diagonal cut. Okay, so you can see I have the bow is done. Now I have a pipe cleaner here. You can also use floral wire if you want. And what you're going to do is you're going to lift this up a little bit, and you're going to put your pipe cleaner in between the two dowels underneath the ribbon. And we're going to twist it gently in here. Maybe one twist, pull it out. Notice I pulled out the dowel. Don't worry about it. We can put it back in. And you can see that I have this together. Now, what I want to do is put this in the back, and then I want to pull it really tight. Okay, and do a couple of twists. Hopefully you can see that. I'm not going to worry about cutting this yet. So I want to check everything, my bow, my tails. So you can make sure everything looks good. And this, once again, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but this is wire ribbon. And you always want to work with wire ribbon pretty much because it's so easy to work with. And it just gives a nicer look than just regular ribbon that's not wired. Sometimes you want to use regular ribbon. Depends on what you're doing. All right, so once that is done, we're going to fluff it out. Fluff it out. See with the wire how nice it makes it. And this is wire 2. We're going to fluff that out. And fluff this out. Just makes a really pretty bow. Looks good. You can do a middle part in here, like get another ribbon and put it through there. I'm debating whether I should do that or not. I guess, nah, I don't think I will. I think this will be fine, just like this. All right. Just fluff it out. Make sure it's very fluffy. All right. So now notice we left the pipe cleaner, which is good that we did because we're going to be using that to attach it to the wreath. Okay, so let me show you how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to attach my bow, and I'm going to be using the pipe cleaner. And all I'm going to do to attach the bow is just add it to one of the branches and give it a little twist, and it'll be on there nicely. So once again, all this stuff that's on this boxwood wreath, I can take off and reuse the boxwood wreath if I wanted to. Okay, so then with the tails, you can, since it's wire, you can kind of fold it a little bit and like it's cascading down. That looks nice. All right, I'm liking how it looks. It is pretty much done. Okay, looks good. And I think I'm going to add a couple of more things. Okay, so it is done. Here's our St. Patrick's Day wreath. I think it looks fun and festive, and I'm just loving how it looks. The bow looks, I think, really nice. Fluff that up a little bit more, and then look at our elf, our little leprechaun there. He's holding a gold coin. I guess he found his pot of gold. And then within the wreath, we can see some of those gold coins, that some of the clover. You can see I put some baby breath in there, and I think it just turned out really, really cute. And I'm going to love it on my door. Thank you so much for joining us on Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas today. Remember, if you want that homey vibe, you need to subscribe. And please give this video a like. Until next time, my friends, happy healthy living. Bye-bye.